everybody, T-Man again, bringing you guys another video, and right off the bat, I want to apologize for my lighting in this video. I'm doing it in my bedroom, and I just hate the way the lighting comes on. I know so many people do videos like this, and I always hate those videos with a dark stream. I haven't done it in on my table in a long time of video, so I apologize right off the fucking bat. I'm looking at it right now, I'm looking at myself, and I just hate the lighting, so forgive me for that. I am back again, bringing you guys another video. WrestleMania week, guys. This is the day right after the last televised, a live televised event for the WWE, the Monday Night Raw before WrestleMania, and so I'm going to be shooting out videos. I got a lot of videos planned for this week. This video, as you can see in the title, it's about Brock Lesnar re-signing, announcing on ESPN earlier today that he has indeed re-signed with the WWE, and he is not going to the UFC. He said that he has closed the door on that part of his life with the UFC. So let's go ahead and let's talk right into that. What do I think about UFC? Brock Lesnar. Let's address that elephant in the room right now. The UFC. I think as cool as it would have been to see Brock Lesnar go back to the UFC, and I was on the side of Brock going back to the UFC. I thought he had some unfinished business in the UFC, and now's the time. Like, if he was ever going to go back, now's the time. He's still, I mean, he's completely cured from his diverticulitis that almost killed him. And he was only, he was barely 50% during that run with the UFC, and he became the UFC champion. I would have loved to see how he would have did, especially, I mean, I don't think he would have ever beat Cain Velasquez unless he scored a lucky punch, because Cain's jaw's a little bit questionable in my opinion. But I think he could have definitely revenge the loss of the Alistair Overeem fight. I mean, that was always one fight that he had in the UFC, the Alistair Overeem fight, that never sat well with me, the loss. I mean, he's lost in the UFC to the Frank Mir and to Cain Velasquez, but the Alistair Overeem fight always rubbed me the wrong way because, first of all, Alistair Overeem tested positive for illegal drugs. And Alistair Overeem, after he got popped for that, was never the same fighter again. He's barely starting to become a decent fighter again, being completely off of whatever he was on, steroids or whatever he was on. And really, that loss to Brock should have been reversed to a no contest. They should have took that loss off of Brock Lesnar's career. And anyways, that fight always rubbed me the wrong way, and not to mention how that fight ended with Alistair Overeem kicking Brock Lesnar and like right to his surgically repaired stomach and all that. You know, I mean, the guy had half the stomach removed. I mean, it was smart on Alistair's part. I mean, it's legal. I mean, he was kicking him in his body, which was a really smart decision. And not to mention, if you watch Brock on most of Brock Lesnar's UFC fights, he usually bum rushes you, go for that takedown right away. He never did that in the Alistair Overeem fight. Anyways, what do I kind of got more again into a UFC type of talk, but yeah, he's done with the UFC, and you know what? Thinking about it, you know, it's good for him. You know, like, UFC is a job where you can't just be half-baked. You know, you have to fully be invested into it. And if he's not fully invested into it, then good for Brock. You know, and not to mention he's going to be making a lot more money with the WWE and not getting hurt, and not to mention not working as much. I mean, that's one thing with the UFC. Even though you only fight 2-3 times a year, you're constantly training every day to stay in that shape and improve. You have to improve because your competition is constantly improving. You have to constantly improve. Here, I mean, the deal that he has with WWE, he's making it's $1 million contract, making multi-million dollars. Doesn't have to go on the road because he's an established name and they know people are gonna he's going to bring the eyeballs. Brock Lesnar is always going to bring eyeballs, whether it's UFC, WWE, or whatever he does. Brock Lesnar is an attraction, and he's one of the rare attractions left in any sport, especially a crossover like UFC and WWE. I think CM Punk is another one, but Brock is that attraction. Brock is an attraction where he could have a part-time contract and do very, very well in the WWE. And I mean, look, how many times did he wrestle this year? 4, 5 times, maybe 6. I mean, let's see. I mean, he wrestled at Mania. I can't remember. Did he wrestle again after Mania? I don't know. I know for sure he wrestled at SummerSlam. He wrestled at Night of Champions. He wrestled at Royal Rumble. And now he's going to wrestle again at WrestleMania. But this is a very interesting scenario for WWE. I'm very interested on if WWE is going to capitalize on this. First of all, I wonder how Vince McMahon feels about Brock Lesnar announcing it. I wonder if that was planned, if Vince McMahon gave Brock the okay of letting the fans know, because there's many ways this can go about this being announced publicly. I mean, because it was said before that Vince McMahon was hoping to, he was hoping that Roman Reigns would get over in the match with Roman and Brock, with fans cheering Roman Reigns because of everybody calling Brock Lesnar, you sold out, you fucking sold out. And Vince was hoping he could capitalize on the heat for Brock jumping ship, like what happened from WrestleMania 20 with Brock and Goldberg. And that's what I heard was the plan. I don't know if Vince gave this an okay, telling Brock, okay, go ahead on ESPN and announce this, or if he just did it with saying, fuck you, Vince, I'm going to do it whether you're okay with it or not. And this changes the whole dynamic, in my opinion, for WWE. If WWE was smart, and they're fucking not. I mean, if they were smart, they would have... What I would do is I would throw a curveball. Everyone's expecting Roman Reigns to beat Brock Lesnar, and maybe Seth Rollins cashing in. Maybe. I mean, that part nobody really knows. But everyone, because the plan has been since almost a year now. Almost 1 year, guys. Can you believe it? Because it was just a month or two after WrestleMania of last year that the plan for Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar was pretty much concrete. And it would be very interesting if WWE could do a curveball and change with the time, throw us a curve, everyone thinking Roman Reigns is going to win, and have Brock win. Wow. I mean, is that strong enough to close the show? Maybe not. But, I mean, then from there, you could have maybe Brock having maybe one of the... Still putting Roman Reigns over. What I would do to make a curveball is do this. And this will really set the tone going in after WrestleMania. What I would do is I would have Brock Lesnar beat Roman Reigns, but in a battle. Make it battle. Make it Brock Lesnar actually having to dig down deep. I mean, almost like he did in that triple threat match, but one-on-one digging down deep and just being spent, like barely eking out that win over Roman. Barely. And then, so everybody's shocked enough that Brock Lesnar won. Everybody's shocked enough. Then have Seth Rollins come out, cash in the Money in the Bank. And having, not to mention, have Seth Rollins lose to Randy Orton earlier. And you know what? I am going to do my WrestleMania preview video later this week. So don't worry, I am going to do that. So, have him do that. And then Seth Rollins walks out the champion, beating Brock Lesnar. I think that does a lot of things. Then Brock will be off for a little while, or whatever. And then you could have Roman chase the title from from Seth Rollins, and then when Brock Lesnar comes back, since he's still contracted in WWE, and then by the time Brock comes back, you could already have Roman be the champion, maybe have Roman chase him, have Seth Rollins be the champion for a couple months, Roman wins it right before SummerSlam, then you could have the big rematch, Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, Brock saying, well, you never beat me to win the title, you beat Seth Rollins, who cashed in the Money in the Bank, and you could do it like that, or you could do a triple threat at SummerSlam. There's a lot of things you can do, a lot of options you can do. But I don't think they're going to do that. I think I pitched a good idea, but I don't think they're going to do that because Vince proves that he's sticking to his guns no matter what. Because honestly, he proved that at a Royal Rumble, because Roman Reigns lost all this momentum, and it really made no sense other than that being the plan all along for Roman and Brock. I mean, we all knew he was going to win the Royal Rumble, but it really made no sense because, like I said, I've said it a million times. I can't believe I'm saying it again. Leading into the Royal Rumble, Roman Reigns really didn't have that much momentum. There was 3 guys on the top. Actually, really 4 guys that were really strong baby faces leading into to the Royal Rumble this past year. It was, and I'm going to say them in order, and in my opinion, you guys may disagree with me, but the 4 main guys leading into the Royal Rumble that were the top baby faces, in my opinion, was Daniel Bryan being number 1, coming back from the neck injury and all this other stuff. I would say number 2, Dolph Ziggler, because if you remember at the time, that was coming off of that major Survivor Series match where that made Dolph Ziggler a star. Okay, you have that one. Number 2. Number 3, I would say Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose is on fire. He's been a big fan. And then finally, number 4, you had Roman Reigns. In my opinion, and he was that dead last number 4 leading into the Royal Rumble. So anyways, that proves right there that Vince McMahon, he stuck to his guns. Even though Roman lost all this momentum, and even though at the time when they made that plan, Roman was hot, Roman was coming off the big, strong Royal Rumble, people were a big favorite of him, people were pushing for him, but he got hurt, he lost the momentum. Not to mention, he became a little bit of a one-trick pony. Once he became a star, people realized that his mic skills are not that great. He still needs work. I still think Roman Reigns is gonna be the megastar WWE wants him to be. He is. But they're pushing it. They're pushing it. Okay? And they're not even pushing it quite like they did John Cena. John Cena was ready when they were pushing. He was ready. He had the mic skills. His in-ring work, John Cena, has improved dramatically since when he first became a main star and had the title. His in-ring work wasn't that good. You look over from when he first became the champion to now, Cena is a complete wrestler. I wouldn't call him one of the greatest in-ring technicians of all time, and even he wouldn't say that, but he's improved dramatically and he put in the time. Roman Reigns needs to put in that time, because right now, other than the super punch, that little kick he does from the outside and the spear, that's all he really has. He needs to get better in that. He needs to dedicate himself to that. He can't just tell himself, hey, I'm the next guy, I'm being pushed, and they like me for what I am. You gotta improve. You gotta keep going. Because Vince McMahon, even though he sees things one-dimensionally right now, Vince is in his 70s now, okay? He's not going to be there a long time. Eventually, we're going to get people, the business has passed Vince by, and there is no dispute over that anymore. But eventually, Triple H and everyone else, and Stephanie, I think they see it, but Vince is still calling the shots. So, who knows? If Roman doesn't improve always, the time could pass him by. Anyways, that is going to conclude what I think of Brock Lesnar signing. I think that's good. It's good for Brock's long-term rise for health. The UFC fan in me really wanted him to come back, shut up a couple guys. I don't think Brock would have ever became the UFC champion again. But depending, I don't think he could have beat Kane, because Kane is just as good as a wrestler with him, and he couldn't keep Kane down. And Brock's chin is not that good, and but the few guys I wanted to see him fight was, I really wanted to see a third fight with Frank Mir. I wanted to see him avenge the loss to Alistar Overeem, and there was a couple of fun fights. I think he could have beat. I think the fight with Junior Santos could have been fun. I mean, they were the coach's Ultimate Fighter. I think a couple, fights, like 3-4 fights, would have been cool. Some unfinished business, maybe with Travis Hopper Brown, a couple other guys. Roy Nelson could have been fun. There's some guys in there that could have been really fun. How about Fabricio Verdum, the interim champion? I think Brock and him could have been an interesting champion, because I think Brock could take him down easily. But with his jiu-jitsu, with Fabricio Verdum's jiu-jitsu, it should be interesting. The big lunchbox fix of Brock Lesnar taking on Fabricio Verdum's jiu-jitsu on the bottom. Would have been very interesting to see. But anyways, looks like it's not going to happen. Brock pretty much said he's closing the door on the UFC, and he has re-signed with Vince McMahon. That he signed the contract yesterday. He announced this today, so he really did sign it yesterday. Anyways, quick updates for the channel. Like I said, I'm right now, immediately after this video, I'm gonna be shooting a video on a quick Royal Rumble, a quick Monday Night Raw last night, giving my takes, so just bits and parts of what I think of different storylines here and there. I'm not gonna go into each segment. I just will give you the nicks and crannies of what I thought of last night's Raw, the last Raw heading into WrestleMania. Also, this week, probably tomorrow, the next day, I'm going to be shooting out 2 more guaranteed videos. I went to a house show this past Sunday where I live here in California, in the LA area. It's Ontario, California. Pretty close to Anaheim, LA. Those of you who's on the California area, went to a house show. Those of you who know, I went to a house show like a month and a half, 2 months ago in Las Vegas, gave my take about it, just giving a review. It's real fun, and this video I'm going to be doing about this house show, I'm going to give a review of a house show, and I'm going to compare it to TV, because it's very different. Going to a live event is very different from a TV. A TV could completely suck, but you could always go to the house show and have fun. I'm going to talk all about that, and then also, of course, I will be shooting my WrestleMania preview predictions video this week as well. So the T-Man is back, guys. He is back. What are you going to do? I'm shooting out a lot of videos this week, so hopefully you enjoy this one. Please subscribe if you already haven't. Like the video, please leave your comments. I appreciate those of you who've been leaving the nice words about me and left the comments and what that, they really do mean a lot. I've been doing this channel now since November, and it's a slow burn, I don't have a whole lot of subscribers and views yet, but I'm nobody, and I'm just shooting out these videos, and it's cool that people have taken the time and watching the videos that I have, and eventually, hopefully, it'll catch on. But I just do that just to voice my opinion, and I'm glad those of you who said the nice words really do enjoy the videos. They mean a lot to me. I really do appreciate those nice words. So anyways, so please tell a friend, subscribe, whatever, and until the next video, I'll see you guys later. Have a good one, guys.